What's up, everyone? This is Ben with One Piece Products. Just wanted to shoot a quick video install of the 68 to 72 Chevy El Camino bodies. It's very similar to the install of the 64 to 67 Chevy El Camino. This one is, as you can tell, the door's off the car, but the main components we're going to be disassembling and assembling our one-piece conversion kit for this body style. Just follow the steps. The steps are pretty simple. If you can take apart the two-piece window and reinstall it, you should be able to do our one-piece window as well. There's some minor adjustments as we go along. I'll show you those adjustments. We're going to be doing a power window, electric light power window setup with this kit, so you'll see how it compares to the manual setup. The manual setup is actually a little bit easier. You do have to change the rollers that already are supplied in the kit. You'll notice that the rollers are actually, these square rollers are going to become obsolete fairly soon. The company's not making them anymore. So we're going to be upgrading to the round ones. When you do mount them to the regulator, what I want you to do is also grind the back of the excess of the thread that's left. So what happens is if you roll up and down the window, this little excess can actually bind on the arms of the regulator. So just grind it smooth to the nut, you should be fine. You'll notice we're going to start with the an original power window regulator for this El Camino. It came optional a couple of years. The El Caminos, I think they were ordered with an option for the power window upgrade. The problem with the original regulators and motors, the original motor is going to get in the way. So you cannot use this, the original power window regulator just for this body style. Simply because the motor, if you pay attention, it's too big. It's completely in the way. We already have the electric light power window setup. It's pretty simple to install, and it's actually a little bit thinner as far as width. We're going to be disassembling and taking apart all the bolts, all the hardware. This has already been pre-cut. If you notice, right under the vent window, there was actually a metal reinforcement plate right under here that attaches the inner and outer door skin. You do have to cut it similar to this if you pay attention. The cuts are pretty simple. You can use a Sawzall. We will be taking apart the screws across the top, taking out the vent window, taking out the run channel around the perimeter, obviously the scrapers, and then the regulator. And we're going to just basically, we are going to be just loosening this rear guide, just loosening it, because later on we're going to be adjusting it. We're going to be tearing it down right now. You'll see the door fully assembled. In a couple minutes we're just going to tear it down, okay? We're going to be doing the full removal of all the bolts and hardware. This is the original doorstop. You will be reusing it. You're just going to locate it a little bit lower. So if you notice, I got my jumper here. I'm just going to lower the window. The old style motor setup, pre-78 I believe, pre-75, they had the big block motors. There is two wires coming out of the motor, but the ground is actually on the housing of the motor. When we upgrade to the electric life, the wiring is a little bit different. The ground is actually a reverse polarity motor, so the wires coming out are positive and negative depending on the direction of the window. This one is both positive wires coming out of the motor, but the ground is actually on the housing. We will have to lower the window all the way down. We're going to take out the vent window, take out the run channels, take out everything. Now we're going to roll up the window and the window will slide out. That's it. We start removing everything else. This back here, these two bolts are your adjustment. Basically, it's your pitch adjustment. So when you bring it down, it's going to pull the window up on the front. When you pick it up, it'll drop it down. So just find your medium so the top of the glass, when you're rolling it up and down, is even to your frame. This is your adjustment for that. Now the motor's out. As you can tell, this is a pretty big motor. They're really good motors, they're hefty motors, but these were just the old style, the old designs, big and clunky. You're gonna notice the comparison between this and the original, the electric life setup. Let me show you the difference. You will notice the new regulator from Electric Life. You will have to change the rollers. We've already done that on this one. The rollers themselves are square. Remember, they are going to be the round ones, similar to this, but the diameter is going to be the same as the top. So what the only rollers we do change, you got to remember, there are 3 rollers. 1, 2, 3. This one, the one that's facing the opposite direction, leave that one alone. Do not touch those. Only replace the ones that are facing the same direction. So the 2 that are facing the inside, the actually outside of the door, the outside skin, are the ones we're going to be replacing. And if you notice the comparison, look at how big this motor is. The regulator is pretty much the same, but as far as the motor, it's big. And when you compare it, it's a little bit different in size. The motor, the glass gets really close to even the Electric Life motor, so it wouldn't even pass this motor.